Hello and welcome to the Astroflower Aura readings. Just to sort of go through basically what we do on these readings. I'm an energy healer. I've been an energy healer for sort of 30 years. I've seen over 20,000 people and I see energy fields around everything. And I've been seeing them for a very long time, so 30 odd years. It's been the main course of my study basically throughout my life. What we're going to be doing today, we're going to be looking at the effects of what the earth energy, the vibration, or the universal vibration if you like, and how it affects each individual sign within your chakras and your aura. And this will give you a heads up on your weekly readings, your monthly readings, and etc. This is not a personal sort of thing, so I can read people's chakras and auras at distance, it's not a problem, but this is obviously a general video, and this is where we're just going to be going into general sort of connections that different signs have, because different signs work on different types of energy. And that's to do with the element system which we can find within the Astroflower. So so what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the chakras, and I'm going to pick out the ones that are affecting you as your sign the most, and see if there's anything that we can pick up in the aura as well. And just to sort of differentiate, the chakras are like the electrical cables of your energy that's going pulsating through your body, like it's energy lines or ley lines that pulsate through the vibration of the earth. We get the same thing on all the planets as much as we do on the solar system, the sun as well. So that's like the cables, the electrical cables where the current is really going through it. And that electrical cables create a magnetic field, which we would call your aura. We can also say the magnetic field of the earth and the magnetic field of the sun and other planets, and etc. So there is a difference between the two. And auras are a lot slower than the chakras. Chakras are a lot faster. I'll be honest with you, I can't see chakras per se. I can see what effect it's having on the magnetic field, a little bit like a boat that goes through water, and the boat is long gone, but you can see the wake from the boat afterwards. So I see the knock-on effect of the chakras rather than the actual chakras itself. Be interesting to see them in the future. Maybe if the vibration of the earth picks up even more, things may well be possible in that sort of sense. So it's just a sort of difference between the two. The aura is a lot slower. It takes a lot more to change auras. Chakras change a lot quicker. And that is what I would call the harmonics, or the harmony, or the vibration of your energy. The chakras would be more of a case of like the watts, or the energy, the watts or the kilowatts or the volts that are flying through that chakra at any given point. I will say one other thing on energy before we start. You can never have less than 100% of energy. You're never missing it. You've never got too much. It's just the way in which you position your energy or distribute your energy through your body, which can give you the sensation that you're missing energy, and other times when you have excess amount of energies. So without further ado, let's just bring up our Astroflower man. There we go. Lovely. Okay, and we're just going to get into those readings. Libra, how are you doing? Let's get into your aura and your chakras. You're coming up to your birthday period. So there's a lot of reflection, there's a lot of analysis of how you want this new year to come, how you want this new year to be, what you want to be doing, what you don't want to be doing, what you want to stop, what you want to start, that sort of thing. And this is a really good week for it, actually. We saw that in the weekly readings on this channel. We've also seen on Cymatic TV, my sister channel, where I've done the energy update, and there's a real message coming through there about forgiveness in a way. and how the energy sort of comes through the sun, through the earth, and through you. So that's very interesting, and it plays beautifully into your energy at the moment because it's all about reflection at the moment. And if anyone can do reflection, Libra, you certainly can. Your mental agilities are legendary. They really are. Your mental energy is so quick. I think you're the quickest sign of in the mental energies. There is no doubt about it. You could be going through a lot of analysis at the moment of what is going on in life. And the energy at the moment that is going on around us also then plays into that. So let's just go on. Let's just see what's going on in your overall aura. Let's just get an overall energy for this week here. Okay, so this is we can see this. There's a lot of energy that's being applied in the upper echelons of your aura, in the upper section here, which is true to what you're living at the moment. Your period of your year, in your autumn period, which we call on the Astroflower, but at the same time that can become top heavy. So that can be very unstable, and you need to be a little bit conscious of this. So a good bit of meditation, sort of grounding yourself, I think is really important. Doing activities that also help you to ground is also really important. It will give you clarity and force to your mental visions, or your inner visions, as it were. Let's just go into your chakras and let's see what's going on here. There's a lot actually going on in your root. It's like you've planted that seed, and it's now really starting to do that first bit of roots that's coming out, and it's helping you to sorry, there was a massive dragonfly that just came past. That's really beautiful. And it's almost as if like there's a defragmentation going on, and kind of saying, how do I want things physically within my life at the moment? And this could be to where you want to live, who you want to be with, what you want to be doing as a job. Very, very fundamental things, very grounding things, actually. And I think this is where, and the reason it's tight as well is because your aura is slightly lower down there, so it's concentrating the energy. So sometimes you may think that there's so much going on, there's too much going on in life at the moment that you feel like you're stuck a little bit, or you'll keep repeating the same sort of thing, like a Nine of Swords sort of scenario, and that has been coming out for a lot of people. And if we look at the planets at the moment, a lot of them, huge amounts are in retrograde, and it is a moment of reflection, a moment of pause, and I would be conscious of that within your own energies. Let's have a look at your sacrum. That's actually really nice. That's really beautiful. There seems to be a good, clear understanding that there is work to be done, but there's also play and fun to be had. And I think that's probably your saving grace at the moment. That's probably taking a lot of stress and strain off of too many thoughts going through your mind at the moment, because you're into activities. And when you're doing activities, or when you're working, that's when you're focused on things, therefore you don't allow your mind to deviate too much within too many thought patterns and so forth. So that does really help you out there a lot, I think, with it being really quite nicely balanced between work and play, which is really good. Your solar plexus here. That's the best way to describe it. Because you've got that inverted energy, where it's a lot wider at the top, it does create like tiredness, sleep deprivation, distraction, sort of bouts of anger that come for no reason at all, that we don't know why we're angry, anxiety, that sort of thing. And I think it's because you haven't got that. You know what you want in your fundamentals within your root chakra. Yeah, that's true, but you're not actually going ahead and doing it as yet. And that is actually really good, because the energy, or your cycle of energy, does not is not in a position in which enables you to start enacting your desires. So I wouldn't be too worried about the fact that you haven't got a lot of energy to do things over a long period of time, or to, you know, stick within a rut, as it were, and stick within a goal, or keep, you know, working towards a particular ambition or goal at the moment, or things are not moving on, or that you haven't got a lot of confidence because things are actually happening. I think that's a natural process for you at the moment, so I wouldn't worry too much about that if I was you. But it's very large, so it's actually, you're spreading your energy across lots of areas, but not putting too much energy into one thing at a time. On your heart chakra, this is the poignant thing at the moment. I think there's an understanding that's happened within you, because it's, the heart chakra is, so like, there's the front, and there's the back of your heart chakra, right? And it's like two discs that sit on each other and they interconnect like that. That's the petals of it. It's not like a solar plexus, which is like that in a way, like a funnel. It's like, it's, you know, the two funnels are on top of each other. So it's like that. So, and it's, normally it's like rounded. Yes, it's slightly larger in front and then it tapers off at the back. But here in the front of your energy, it's really pointed in one direction. And you seem to be, your heart seems to be playing a lot on you and asking you questions like, is this what I want to live? Which is perfect for you in this time of the year, because you're working out what you want to be doing after your birthday in the coming year. And I think you're moving into, because we go through this process of, first of all, looking at how we physically want the world, so that's where we live, or the job, or the, you know, the material aspects of life. And then in the last sort of like month and a half of the autumn period, we're much more into the emotional sort of side of life. And I think this is where you're heading now. And you're getting clear indications about what your heart's desires are, what you wish to be living within your heart, basically. And it's really accumulating into a point. So it's becoming very poignant for you, you know, in a real sort of direction. Let's just see what's going on the third eye and the throat chakra. There is a big, now this is strange because, and I think this is where you've got a lot of your energy in this section here. Normally the third eye and the throat sort of corresponds with the sacrum, and it doesn't correspond here at all. And this is what's giving you that imbalance sensation maybe within your life sometimes. And then when you've got an imbalanced situation, you get an emotional sort of situation that comes in that touches your heart. And because all your energy is up there, your heart can't deal with it. And that's when your heart will just shoot that energy right up to your monkey mind, up into your mind, up into your third eye, and it'll make you, sort of scenario. Your third eye here is much more extended than your throat. So you might be finding it difficult to put words to what you think, or words to what you vision, or your intuition. I think that's probably a good thing, actually, simply because you're still working things out of what you want. And before, you know, when we say something, this is where we come into the manifestation. Saying what we so desire is a really important part of manifesting what you want out of life. And I'm going to be doing a video on this, and also on the law of attraction on Cymatic TV, where I do my energy updates. That's my sister channel. You'll find the link in the description below. You're not ready to say what you want. It's like that. You're not ready to pin yourself down by saying it, because when you say it, it's out there. And then once you say, I want it like this, and then you know, if you do go ahead and change your mind, then you may be judged upon that. And I think there's a certain aspect of that within your thinking at the moment. Just be careful of overthinking, making sure you do ground yourself, so then that thinking doesn't go off into too far into the possibilities, because the possibilities are not reality as yet. And sometimes we can get lost in the illusion of what we're thinking. So you just need to be a little bit wary of that at the moment, okay? Let's just see what's going on with the crown chakra. That's lovely. That really is nice. I really believe, and looking at your energies and your chakras certainly, that you have understood something major within you over these past, say, 6 months, even a year. And this is accumulating into a conscious understanding within your life. It's how do you apply that consciousness within your life. That's what you seem to be sorting out at the moment. And that's where you're putting your energy into that, sifting through all of that. But your crown chakra is really clear. I think it's very clear within your consciousness, or very distinct within your consciousness about what you're actually going after here. Okay, let's just see if we can get any more sort of information out of the aura. There's 2 points of overlap. So what's happening is the aura's coming down like that, and it overlaps into itself and then goes back out, overlaps into itself and goes back out, like a vortex of energy. And this vortex of energy, so we have this idea that we mulling over and putting it out there within our energy, and it gets thrown back into our energy, and then that's when it goes into the vortex, and that's where we really mull it over. It goes thrown back into the system and comes back out. It's a little bit like cows chewing over the cud with their multitudes of stomachs, basically. And it seems to be happening on your fundamental, through your sacrum area, and within your heart area as well. So there's 2 things at play here of how you fundamental desires and your heart's desire. So the difference between a fundamental desire and a heart's desire is, a fundamental desire is I am hungry. My heart's desire is I want to eat a tomato and feta cheese salad. You know, so I'm fulfilling my fundamental desire, but I'm also fulfilling my heart's desires. And those 2 sort of things, and it may be a case of how you're seeing how the fundamental and your heart's desires interact and can be manifested at the moment. That's what it seems to be playing out for you at the moment. So there you go, Libra. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you got the best out of these readings. Don't forget, you got your weekly tarot reading coming up this weekend. Also, you'll find me on Cymatic TV, giving the energy update, all about the energy, basically. Cymatic TV. Yes, so I will see you over there for that. In the meantime, thank you for your support. Really do. Don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.